Hey folks, yes, more potatoes. I've done 2 buckets, so I'll do 2 buckets in future so that it's not like as often. But yeah, more potatoes. I'd like to thank Clarissa's French Garden. Check her channel out, I'll put a link below. Reason being is, she put a video up the other day after she had a storm and unfortunately a comb went down. She managed to save it, but it prompted me to tie mine up so I didn't lose mine in the storms we've just had. So thank you. Check her channel out. And all new subscribers and old subscribers, thank you also. I'll get on with it. It's nice to be nice. So guys, I'm going to do another potato reveal. I'll just show you these tomatoes. I put some of that calcium plus on them the other day and they've improved so much. This is in less than about a week. Let's say 5 days a week. Some of them are getting a bit of colour on, so should have some ripe tomatoes soon. I mean, they were desperate for calcium. Some of these have got some blossom end rot on. Hopefully they'll ripen up and we can cut that off. But the rest seem okay now, so that's a bonus. Ronald shows car park garden. We were talking about it, weren't we, the other day? So that's how much they've improved. I even get the cucumbers a dose and they've improved. I don't know whether that's sunburn, to be honest. And now I've got a greenhouse manager to help me out, just to keep me on the ball. He doesn't do much, but keeps me on the ball. So what I'm going to do is going to take 2 off at Spud O matic. These 2. As you can see, I'm planting these back up now as they're going along, just to see what is possible to get out of these buckets. Now next year, I could have started these probably not quite a month earlier, but a few weeks earlier. And if I'd have been prepared and thought about it earlier, I would have got a lot more food out of this spot. What I will do though is build another little frame, because if I were to get 24 buckets on there or 28 buckets, which is might possible, then it's going to be a lot. It will be a lot of weight. I mean, obviously it's all not back pushing down, but what I was thinking is just make some sort of frame so that buckets rest on front as well, so that it goes on here, and then I'll have some sort of tray or trough system in the bottom there that will retain a little bit of water for the bottom buckets and then drain off. Because that's potential. That's a big garden bed. That space there is one big garden bed in comparison, if you know what I mean. There's probably, I don't know how wide they are, but they're a good foot across. So if you called it 24 square foot, you know. Incidentally, I'm just seeing how things go in this. These are more beets, obviously. They're multi-sown, so there's 3 or 4 inch little plant in there. So potentially what, six threes. You know, there's 18 to 24 plants there. I don't know how well they'll do, but I'm testing it. Maybe less, but as soon as I pull these 2 now, I'm going to plant them back up with something else. I'm going to put some spring onions in one for a start, and I've got a couple of honeydew melons. One I might put in garden, or might put in greenhouse. They've only just started to pick up them, so I bet I'll show you. I was also thinking of using these buckets instead. Now these buckets aren't as deep, so I could probably get 5 in, or maybe 6 in a row. They're as wide but not as deep, and they're a good, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches deep. So potentially there's enough soil in there, but again, that adds to watering. Yes, I know. I found out what to do, by the way, with the extra courgettes that get a bit big. The quail seem to love them, so that's not a bad thing, is it? So guys, let's have a look, see if it keeps producing like it has been doing. Pull them out like that. Tiddlers on there. Like I say, with that storm, it's hot now. I'm trying to keep in shade, but the other day I got in car and temperature gauge on car registered 39 degrees centigrade. So it was warm. And even though we had that rain, it didn't wet that pot through all the way.
averaging about £2 for every one of these off at Spud O matic, which is slightly more than ones that were done in garden. And the reason I want to harvest these first salvies, like I've just said, is I want to plant other plants in that space. The less prone to slug damage. If I were to put these more plants in the buckets that are in garden, then slugs would have a field day on. They did with potatoes themselves, so. Tiddlers out. Seems to be a lot more smaller potatoes in this one than there were in others. And what I'll do in future, I'll do two. Look, bird food, mayfly larvae. So that looks like that. But yeah, I'll do two at a time, and then there's not so many, and I don't have to keep getting potatoes. Although they're not worth weighing, I'm putting them in, so I don't leave them in soil. That's registering nothing, so what I'll have to do is go back to the wife's and just use that for suitcases. We'll get put them to one side. So, and that's that one. I couldn't get the scales. Wash my hands first. This is first bucket. It's in grams. I want it in ounces. Pound. And 8. So £1 10 ounces. That's about on a par with the ground ones. You can see that, can't you? Just because I've got to do other ones, so I don't want to move the camera. But £1 10 and 1/4 ounce. Back to normal. But again, you've got to remember these are early potatoes. These are new potatoes. These aren't a main crop potato. If I were planting Desiree or something like that, or Southpaw Miras, you'd be getting loads and loads more. I mean, again, only reason I do one crop and that's poor. £1 2 ounce. The only reason I usually do one crop is because I can only buy 5 kilo bags of seed potato. I can't buy a choice of fewer each, you know what I mean? So I'm limited to that, and I'd rather not just like buy 3 bags and not be able to plant them or whatever. So that's what I'm limited to. And these are relatively quick, so I'm getting potatoes sort of early on, aren't I? Obviously, as the second early is not first early. No, I'm going to plant them buckets back up. Some mixed lettuce seeds in there, so I'm going to do that as cropping lettuce. I'm going to rig another pot into watering system in greenhouse for the honeydew melons, which I grew them from seed from a melon we had, so they're very late and they're very small, so the only chance is probably getting them in there. And then I planted them spring onions in that one, so we'll see what we get. Like I said, that's got a lot of potential for you get a little bit earlier start and harvest everything at the same time off this wall. I'll get rid of them, don't like them. I don't like that, just too hard to keep watered. So these are alright, but buckets all the way across are going to be much better. As I say, I'll probably get 7 across, and what I'll do with them, well, depending, I've got these and I've got some old concrete ones, I might use concrete ones, and I'll do some self-feeding fodder for quail, because they like the greens. They had most of them peas, which was sort of half an idea anyway. Party in there, that's a female flower, so I should get one, and so is that.